What up, what up, what up, and welcome back to I'll Figure It Out Later. My name is DollaVision, and if you like, dig, enjoy what I do on this channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, keep rocking out with your boy, because we building over here. Getting the subscribers going up. I'm loving the comments, but y'all gotta watch the full video. Y'all going in on the reels. Y'all be trying to catch me out on certain things, but I'm like, nah, watch the full episode so you can see my point where I may have made where you may have thought you got me at, but I'm like, nah, I'm giving another perspective as well. I see both sides of the coin. But today, I don't want to talk no gossip, no drama, no topics. Today is one of them lists that I put together of either something impactful. It was my favorite. It was a generational beat that may have started with this beat and then other producers or artists started making more beats like that or even songs, but this is one of them lists. So this is my favorite albums list. It ain't like a classic album or so per se, but it might be a classic album on this list, but it's more so of a favorite album to me. So start my list off had to be Young Jeezy, Thug Motivation 101. The production on here was immaculate. You already know that. Jeezy coming with the ad libs. He had a unique style, because when you see this snowman, you thinking like, wait, what is this? You thinking maybe for the kids, but nah, this was like symbolizing, cocaine, but he made it look like an angry street snowman, and the just the generation of of different people who fell in love with this such snowman, from kids to adults. It just took Jeezy to a whole nother level. So when Thug Motivation came out, I'm like, nah, Jeezy definitely gonna be one of them, because the music, the image, it was all co-assigned together. So dope. Another classic album, or classic or favorite of mine, has to be Nas It Was Written. Super dope. This was, a lot of people would say Nas Illmatic was his better uh album, but I'm gonna say It Was Written. I think It Was Written, he was breaking a little bit more barriers with the bars. Beat selection was a little bit more better than Illmatic to me. Um he put more features on there, like a KC feature, which wouldn't have been on Illmatic. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think Nas was, with the pen, it was just getting a little bit more deeper on It Was Written. So It Was Written, definitely one of my favorites. Has to be on this list. And I don't pick sides, but niggas know I rock with Nas, but I had to put Jay-Z Blueprint on there. The production was immaculate as well. Jay-Z was breaking through barriers with the bars, the concepts, the way he was just putting them hooks together. Blueprint is definitely one of my favorites. You could play through it. Um, Classic, man. Definitely a classic. Jay is one of them. Now, another one of my favorites has to be, because listening to this album over the weekend, it made me go back and think of my favorites. So Mobb Deep, Murda Muzik, definitely was crazy. Murda Muzik was a classic in my eyes. It's one of my favorite albums from Mobb Deep. Hell on Earth as well too, but Murda Muzik, man, I felt like the time it came out, like I think I actually had a leak, like a bootleg version of it for a very long time. And then when the actual cover or the actual album came out, I remember going to go buy the cassette tape, man, playing that shit in my radio. So Murda Muzik, rest in peace of Prodigy. Shout out to Havoc. The new album is fire. It made me go listen to the old albums. So Murda Muzik is definitely on this list. Had to put my dog DMX, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood album. Yeah, Dark and Hell is Hot was fire too. He dropped that at the top of the year, but when he dropped uh Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, they dropped in the same year. So I was like, nah, X is something different. extra something different. I like the features on there. The beats was a little bit more better than Dark and Hell is Hot, but even though he had Stop Drop on there, Rough Riders anthem, but I still felt like Flesh of My Flesh was a little bit better just because the features and the beats. But that's just my opinion. Moving on. Another dope album that people may say, well, this one is better, is 50 Cent, The Massacre. Yeah, Get Rich or Die Trying did all the numbers and it did all the big hoorah. But to me, The Massacre sounded more New York East Coast than Get Rich or Die Trying. Get Rich or Die Trying was fire, but it had a little bit more West Coasty vibe because I think, Dre was definitely hands-on with a lot of more production, but I think when The Massacre, 50 got different production from different people, so it had just a little bit more grittiness to it to me. So Massacre is definitely one of my favorites. I love Get Rich or Die Trying, definitely a classic. Not saying it's not a classic, but I rock with The Massacre. Heavy. Moving on, another one. A lot of people don't know rapper Nore. They only know podcast Nore. I grew up on rapper Nore. My brothers put me up on Nore early. We became fans of Nore early. So NRE is definitely another classic in my eyes, in my opinion. And Nore, I'm pretty sure people told Nore that's a classic. Banned from TV, epic record. You never gonna get another one like that. Super crazy. Nore, NRE is definitely a classic, and CNN is a classic too, but I'm putting NRE on my list of favorite albums. Another favorite, bringing it back, The Lox, We Are the Streets, Jada Styles, come on, Chic. This is a classic album. This was the transition from Bad Boy when they came to Rough Riders. Oh man, Swiss Beats is 90% of the beats on here is fire. Maybe one beat you don't like, maybe. But everything on here was fire, from the bars to hooks to beats. Perfect album you can play straight through. Lox, We Are the Streets. Moving a little bit more currently, 2015, Future, DS2. I can play DS2 from front to back. It's one of my favorite albums. I love this album. This album was filled with nothing but hits in my eyes. DS2 has to be Future best body of work. Cause he was dropping so much music, but DS2, I think DS2 put him at a whole nother level, man. Whole nother level, DS2. Definitely a classic. Gotta play that. I'm gonna play that later. I'm gonna definitely play that later. Another one, had to put my dog, Killa, Cam on here. I got a lot of favorites from Cam, but when I really was going through the ones that I said, what's one really my favorite where I let it play? That was fire. You need to do more of that. That was fire because you did it on like old albums like that. That's fire. Letting your mans get a little before you drop. That's fire. People weren't doing that, man. People better stop playing with Cam's name. Stop playing with his name. He been putting people on from the jump. So this list is definitely my favorites. If you listen to albums, I need you to check out these albums. Don't just be a playlist music listener. Listen to the full album. Really get a full perspective of the artist's body of work. And that's how I consider you a dope artist. If you could make a body of work and it has subject, it has matter, it has great production, it has great hooks. Those how classics are made. If you could put all that in one body of work, you'll be a great artist to me. So that's my time. Till next time, I'm going to come up with another list, but I'll figure it out later. And you could do the same. Peace.